Hello everyone, I am Rose Rashna Lakra 2501510, and today I would like to talk on an issue that is not widely discussed but is critically very important. The topic that I'm talking about is the rare earth minerals, the quiet weapon in modern geopolitics. So everyone talks about semiconductors, oil, and artificial intelligence, but very few of them focus on the raw materials that is actually needed to make all of this possible. That is the rare earth minerals. So rare earth elements are a group of critical materials that are used in electric vehicles, turbines, smartphones, and even advanced defense systems like missiles and radar. So without them, modern technology not just slows down, it stops functioning completely. So this is not just a mining issue, it is a question of economic security and geopolitical power. Now the key issue is not that these minerals are rare. The real issue is the control of these minerals. So today, China dominates roughly around 60 to 70% of global rare earth mining and around 85 to 90% of processing capacity. Now, these percentages are huge. Processing is the most important part because raw minerals are useless unless they are refined into usable form. So, as a result, countries like the United States and India are heavily dependent on China for these materials. So, this kind of creates a strategic imbalance. This dominance gives China what we call as a silent leverage. So it does not have to use its military force everywhere. It simply has to stop controlling the supply chain. And this allows it to have an influence over the global industries. So this becomes even more relevant when we connect it to the current geopolitical developments. The ongoing strategic rivalry between US and China is not just about technology like semiconductors, it's also about who controls the inputs that is required to produce that technology. While US imposes restrictions on advanced chip exports, China holds a very strong advantage in the raw materials needed to produce those chips and other high tech goods. So, similarly, if we talk about the Russia Ukraine war, it has already demonstrated how dependence on critical resources can destabilize the economies. So, Europe's dependence on Russian energy created economic shocks when supply was disrupted. Now, if we talk about the rare earth minerals, these are kind of similar but less visible risk. So, if supply chains are disrupted, whether due to like political tension, trade restrictions, or conflicts between among nations, so industries like clean energy, electronics, and defense manufacturing can be severely affected because these industries are heavily dependent on these rare minerals. Now, coming to India, India does have rare earth reserves, but it lacks strong capabilities in extraction and processing and refining of these minerals. This highlights a deeper issue that is India's challenge is not about the resource availability but the ecosystem development. There are multiple barriers, naming some of them like it has limited processing infrastructure, high environment and regulatory hurdles, low private sector participation, and dependence on external technology. So, this creates a situation where India remains dependent in that sector that is strategically critical. So, right now, what India should be doing? So, firstly, India needs to focus on building its processing and refining capacity and not just mining. Second, it should develop strategic partnership with countries that are trying to reduce the dependence on China. Third, policy execution must improve and delays because delays and uncertainty reduces the investor confidence. And finally, rare earth strategy must be aligned with larger goals like electric vehicle production, renewable energy expansion, defense manufacturing, etc. So it is really important for India to stay realistic because India cannot immediately compete with the established leaders. But gradually it can build capabilities and reduce its dependence over time. To conclude, the rare earth minerals are not may not dominate the headlines, but they quietly determine who controls the technologies that do. In today's geopolitical landscape, power is not just about innovation or military strength. It's about controlling the resources that make innovation possible. And right now, that control is highly concentrated with China. and this is making it one of the most strategically important yet under discussed issues in the global economy. Thank you.